So I had always given to the United Way because I felt like it was the right thing to do. But last year I actually got the opportunity to go and take a tour through some of the areas that are supported through United Way. One in particular really spoke to me, which is the Village of Promise. And it really affected the inner city school children, giving them a chance at higher education and better opportunities throughout their life. That's something that's always really been important to me. I have many teachers in my family, and so there's always been that emphasis on education. I think that everyone deserves a chance, and Village of Promise through United Way is able to give children that chance.
I had the opportunity a few years back before I even started Publix with Manna House, and seeing how the community comes together and helps other people with giving food. And when I started at Publix and was able to give straight away out of my own paycheck, I just felt the need to go ahead and do that. And it's just great to be involved in a company and a community that works together.
United Way is a perfect thing for me because giving back to the community. I'm part of Pathfinder. I'm gonna sponsor some of the guys who didn't have places to stay in Pathfinder. And United Way is a good place to give back to the community. You know, do sponsorship or sponsor people from being out on the streets and different things, organizations. It was a good thing to me because I was in that shoe at one point in time. And it's just like giving back. You know, I have kids, I have a family of four daughters, and so at one point in time I wasn't able to give back and needed help. You know, United Way was there for me and my kids, and so that was a good thing for me.
So I'm very blessed. I was brought up in a very blessed household with a mom and dad, and you know, always took good care of me. We've known many people in the community and in Publix, Publix store managers, Publix assistant managers, that has opened my eyes when they've had a house fire. The United Way of Madison County and organizations you support, the Red Cross and other organizations, has come together along with the community, with Publix associates, to help get them back on their feet. And that two of my good friends, y'all personally helped. And that's really, you know, I love sharing that with people. You know, y'all have been there for any of us. The United Way staff of Madison County has called me after hours to help associates in need. So thank you.
I give to United Way because, to me, I can go out and I can buy a Coke, and it will be, you know, refreshing to me for a minute. But I can give $1, and my local United Way can take that $1 and use it in all these different programs. They can help a battered woman in one of the shelters. They can help disabled adults and disabled children in a way so that $1 can go and multiply. So every $1 that I give is multiplied so much more, and that's why I'm passionate about giving back to United Way.
To be perfectly honest, when I came to work for Publix, I didn't know much about United Way. I didn't know what organizations that make up the United Way of Madison County. I didn't know how they were involved. But I did have leadership at Publix that told me that it was a very important facet of what we do as a company and how we donate. So I chose to go ahead and support it because I knew it was part of our mission statement. It wasn't until I got promoted to store manager, though, that it came into my life on a personal basis. In 2014, I got sent to a store that I didn't know the associates very well, and shortly after being there, I got a phone call from an associate who was on his way to work. This associate lived in just south of the border of Tennessee, and he called me and told me that his house was on fire and they needed to go back home and turn around. I knew in that moment how ill-equipped I was to react to that situation. I had all kinds of training to get myself to the point to be a store manager and take care of my store, but in that moment I realized how futile I was in responding to this incident. And I think that everybody has it in them to want to help other people when something like that happens, whether it's the guy on the street corner holding a sign or somebody coming to you and said their house just burned down and they need help. but none of us are wealthy enough or have the resources to put that person's life back together on their own. But I knew that I had a card in my desk drawer for United Way and 211. I gave that associate that phone number, and he called that number. It wasn't soon after that the Red Cross was involved and Christmas Charities was involved and gave them the clothes they needed and the immediate needs to put them back on their feet very, very soon. That associate was able to continue work and stayed in this area as a result of the United Way's involvement. I feel very blessed to be a part of the United Way, and very blessed to be part of a company that supports it.
Well, I grew up very lucky. I was very fortunate growing up, and I just kind of felt like now with where I'm at and how blessed I was, this is a great opportunity to give back. Mr. George, it was said that he was asked how much money he would have if he never gave it all away. And he said, I probably wouldn't have anything. So I still believe in that heavily today. And, you know, we're involved as responsible citizens within our community. So that's one of the ways I try to be.
I give to United Way because they give back to the community. I was a single mother. My daughter went to one of the local things that they have. She was going to Girls Inc., and that's one of the ones that they fund. United Way has a link with Girls Inc., Girls and Boys Club. You know, it was a wonderful after-school program. They helped funded them. She went on trips. I also have a reason why I give to United Way personally. I had a house fire. Of course, you never think it will be you, but you know, you lose everything in a matter of minutes, and you thinking to yourself, oh, what am I going to do? It feels good to have somebody that comes in, you know, and say, we've got help. So, you know, when you don't have a change of clothes, when you never think about that when you go to work. But when they come in and they say, we've got help, let us help you start over, then it's a comfort. So that's, you know, it made me feel better. You know, with Publix hand in hand with them, I see them help the community each and every day. So it's a big impact when it happens to you and it impacts your life. And it did me, you know. When, you know, the money that they helped me get back on my feet to where I needed to be, it makes you feel good. And it makes you want to give back to people that need help. So that's why I give to United Way.
I give to United Way because I started working for Publix in 2012, and we had a huge meeting where we watched videos and we exchanged stories. We heard from people with real life experiences with United Way, and we have the freedom to give however much we feel comfortable giving. Whatever our heart leads, that's what we donate. And when I heard the stories about people in my own store who were helped due to a fire that happened, it made me think about myself and my future family. And if I ever needed something, I was actually pretty much setting myself up to have that safety net with a company that donates to that place in a relationship to my company. So when I say my company, I mean my Publix. This is my job, my career, my company, and my safety net is pretty much best friends with my company. So I feel good, and it feels good to help other people that I may bump into that use that I'm helping indirectly, not even knowing it.
I give to United Way because throughout the last few years of my life, my friends and family have had to use United Way itself. My dad also has tried to commit suicide, and with the help of 211, it has helped him overcome those obstacles and help us as a family as well, because they helped put our entire family through, I guess, different formats to go through and what to look for, and also it gave us the help of who to contact so that we could go through therapy ourselves, not only with him, but for our families as well, to help him cope through all this time so that he can get better and us as well as a family.
Years ago, it's been about 7 years, my brother got an infection in his stomach. the name of it. It's kind of one of those long names. But it wound up affecting his kidneys. He wound up having kidney failure, and it spread to his heart. He was having heart failure, and if he waited any longer, it would eventually go into his brain. So he wound up losing the function completely in one kidney, and then the other one was only working at about 4%. I mean, very, very low. So they wound up putting him on dialysis. And then my mother took the tests and everything, and she donated one of her kidneys to him. And that one worked for about 4 years. And then we just found out 2 years ago that that one wound up failing him. So right now he's back on dialysis. And I'm trying myself to donate my kidney to him. It turns out that I can't. And when I was in the meeting with Mr. Ben Robb, my store manager, he was telling us about, different things that United Way has impacted the community. And I started crying because I was reading the brochure and I was seeing how many different things and different organizations that they spread this money out to help these people in tragedies and natural disasters, things like that. And the one thing that hit me hard, that made me cry, was there was one part of that brochure that had help for the kidney donations or anything that they could do for that situation, and that personally affected me. And it was it from there. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna give. I mean, not just because of the kidney, but hearing about the stories of fires, there's flooding, and people are struggling financially. If someone loses their job, or they're just struggling in the health situations and all that. It's such a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful, and it fills my heart up to know that we have that in our community.
Hi, my name is Zach. I'm a Publix associate, and I'd like to encourage you guys to support United Way. Keep striving and keep pressing.